protecting the police every single day.
Video of cop beating innocent man so disturbing, cop forced to pay him personally but he wasn't fired. Lincoln, Rhode Island. Those of us who advocate holding police officers accountable for their criminal behavior do so not because we hate cops but because no one else seems to do it. All too often police officers will kill innocent unarmed fathers, homeowners, and even children, and they will not get so much as a slap on the wrist for it. We call them out because no one else will. The following video, which was just released this week, shows why this is necessary. The video shows a Rhode Island state trooper repeatedly punch a compliant man who retreats to the corner of his cell in the fetal position to protect himself. For savagely attacking an unarmed compliant man who was in jail for a traffic violation, Trooper Jamie Donnelly Taylor was never fired. This is a major problem. As the video shows, Donnelly Taylor is escorting Lionel Monsanto into a holding cell after being booked into jail for a traffic stop. Monsanto was complaining that he was only in jail because the police officers were racist. Monsanto may have been right as well, considering the traffic charge he was brought to jail for was dropped. As Donnelly Taylor shoves Monsanto into the cell, Monsanto looks back to complain. At this point, Donnelly Taylor unleashes havoc on the man's face and head. Donnelly Taylor punches Monsanto multiple times in the face and head as Monsanto rolls into the fetal position on the bed. Not a single officer steps in to stop the abuse, and they simply allowed him to let out his anger on this man. After the incident, Donnelly Taylor kept his job, despite an indictment by a grand jury. According to NBC 10. The tape has been part of an ongoing legal battle between the trooper, state police, and the Attorney General's office. Donnelly Taylor was first indicted by a grand jury and pleaded no contest to simple assault, but said he did so because then COL Stephen O'Donnell assured him the plea would prevent the video from becoming public and the state would represent him in any lawsuit, according to a statement from his attorney. However, O'Donnell disputes these claims. Former Colonel Stephen O'Donnell was reached by phone Monday and called the trooper's claims about ordering him to take a plea ludicrous. O'Donnell said paperwork submitted by Donnelly Taylor was inconsistent with what was captured on video. The tape is a poor reflection on Donnelly Taylor, not the state police, said O'Donnell, who also added that the trooper took the plea himself and had a competent attorney representing him. At the time, however, O'Donnell stood by Donnelly Taylor after his indictment, crediting him as a good trooper and a fine young man. The trooper's actions were so egregious that then Attorney General Peter Kilmartin decided not to represent him. Instead of realizing that he screwed up, Donnelly Taylor went on the offensive and sued the Attorney General and O'Donnell. Luckily, that case was dismissed, but Donnelly Taylor still kept his job. Monsanto would go on to sue the state police and Donnelly Taylor in a civil suit. The video of the beating was so convincing that not only did the state shell out $125,000, but the court ordered Donnelly Taylor to pay Monsanto $15,000 of his own money. Naturally, Donnelly Taylor's attorney argued that when Monsanto turned toward the trooper in the jail cell that he struck the trooper. This case was truly a miscarriage of justice. A video showing an officer's use of force is never pretty. However, viewing the video in slow motion in this case clearly shows that the officer was assaulted by the suspect prior to using force, said Attorney John Martin. This is not at all apparent in the video, which is why the civil suit played out like it did. What's more, the new Colonel of State Police, James Maney, called the video disturbing, noting that this behavior is not condoned by the men and women of the Rhode Island State Police and doesn't reflect on the standards of training we have. Yet Donnelly Taylor, the 17-year veteran of the force, remains a cop. Only after this video was released publicly, thanks to a few people who try to hold police accountable, did the department claim they are considering Donnelly Taylor's future employment. This is why sharing and reporting on this information is crucial. How many other videos like this exist of police officers torturing people and we know nothing about it? Below is this disturbing footage.
But first, breaking news on a story we've been tracking for years. State police have released a video that shows a violent incident inside a cell.
This video led to a state trooper pleading no contest to assault charges.
James Donnelly Taylor pleaded no contest to assault back in 2014. And this caught on camera video assault of Central Falls resident Lyle Monsanto.
He later filed suit claiming he was defamed and his rights violated by the former head of the state police.
Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau is live at state police headquarters, where the video was just released in its entirety about an hour ago. Walt?
State police played that in state police headquarters just a moment ago. That 2014 arrest video that's from a jail cell. We can take a look at that video right now. Lionel Monsanto is being guided into a jail cell by Trooper James Donnelly Taylor. The trooper's attorney claims Monsanto gives Donnelly Taylor an elbow. The assault, as you can see in the video, takes place a short time later. State Police Colonel James Manny told us while he is superintendent, any violence committed by a trooper outside of his duty will result in termination. But he said from this case, he will not judge the previous administration, so he would not say whether or not he would have fired Trooper Donnelly Taylor. He did say, though, this case is being considered and looked at again by state police, but it is a personnel decision, and he does not say whether or not it will result or will not result in termination. We'll have more on this tonight at 6. For now, we're live in Scituate. Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.
Developing news now. State police are commenting on surveillance video released today as part of a jail cell confrontation involving a state trooper.
It's a case we've been tracking for years, which led to the trooper pleading no contest to assault and a pair of lawsuits, one of them from the trooper against the state. Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau joins us now live from state police headquarters in Scituate.
State police releasing 2 videos today. First, a 19-minute clip from a back and forth between Trooper Donnelly Taylor and Lionel Monsanto during the booking process, then a shorter clip from the jail cell assaults.
That's what racists do.
Trooper Donnelly Taylor's attorney claims that when Lionel Monsanto turns to the trooper right here, he also throws an elbow that connects with the trooper and makes the following 8 punches justifiable. Colonel James Manny would not say whether or not he considers Monsanto's movement an elbow that connected, but pointed out Donnelly Taylor pleaded no contest to simple assault. Colonel Manny says any trooper who commits an unjustifiable on-duty assault while he's in charge will be terminated, but as far as the decision not to terminate Donnelly Taylor,
I can't second guess what a previous superintendent did. He was presented a certain series of facts under that circumstance, and he made a decision based on those facts. We're weighing all the legal and administrative options with legal counsel as to the future employment of Trooper Donnelly Taylor. That's really all I can say on that. I wish I could say more, but I can't. I have to emphasize again that this behavior is not condoned by the men and women of the Round State Police and doesn't reflect on the standards of training that we have.
Donnelly Taylor's attorney, John Martin, tells us the trooper has been unfairly portrayed in the media and that expert witnesses concluded, quote, it was reasonable for Donnelly Taylor to perceive an immediate threat to his safety and deliver closed fist strikes to the suspects to protect himself. We'll have more on this tonight on Eyewitness News. For now, we're live in Scituate. Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.
The latest developments on a state police investigation. Good evening, I'm Mike Montecalvo. A state trooper caught on camera repeatedly punching a suspect inside a cell. We first showed you this video earlier today on Eyewitness News, live at 5 over on WDPRI 12. Tonight we're hearing from the head of the state police about the video and what happens next. Eyewitness News reporter Sheena Lasciuto is live in Scituate tonight with more. Sheena?
Rhode Island State Police say as soon as they found out this video was going to be released, they called the head of the NAACP leader here in Rhode Island to sit down with him and talk about how to move forward. Leaders here at State Police say it's very important to be transparent about the situation. Newly released video shows exactly what happened at the Lincoln Woods State Police Barracks back in February of 2014. This is the video played out in real time. The trooper throwing the punches, James Donnelly Taylor, was eventually indicted by a grand jury for the incident and was suspended for 30 days with no pay. State police tell us he's been on medical leave since February of last year. As for the man being hit, just last December, Lionel Monsanto reached a $125,000 settlement with the state.
Pled guilty. He was indicted by grand jury for simple assault. He pled nolo contender and was sentenced. So his sentence has been issued at this point.
Colonel James Manny says he can't second guess the then superintendent Colonel Stephen O'Donnell's decision to not fire the trooper, but says anyone that commits unjustifiable assaults under his leadership will be terminated.
And once again, the future status of Trooper Donnelly Taylor. We're weighing all the legal and administrative options with legal counsel as to the future employment of Trooper Donnelly Taylor. That's really all I can say on that. I wish I could say more, but I can't.
Donnelly Taylor's attorney sent Eyewitness News a statement saying the video clearly shows Monsanto assaulting the trooper first, therefore justifying the punches.
I have to emphasize again that this behavior is not condoned by the men and women of the Rhode Island State Police and doesn't reflect on the standards of training that we have.
Now, Colonel Manny says every single year troopers go through different trainings to learn how to handle and de-escalate all sorts of situations. Reporting live in Scituate tonight, I'm Sheena Lushudo, Eyewitness News.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH. I am using any video here with under fair use if you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc. And please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.